In my htdocs folder, I created a config.php file, and this file looks like this. This is the connection to the database. We will need it for our search.class.php file. So we create a class here which is connect, and this class extends the PDO object. And then we have a public function, construct, and in this function we have the data we need to connect to the database, like the type of the database, what kind of database we have. We have a MySQL, and then the host, which is localhost. We also have the database name, which is tutorial in my case, and then the user is root, and I don't have any password. That's why I don't write anything at the password. Below here we choose the codification for the data we will insert into the database, or the data we will work with. So I choose here the set names to UTF-8, and then below here these are the functions which will show in case we have any errors while connecting to the database. This function will show what's the problem. So after you created this config.php file, save it, and remember it should be in the main folder, in my case htdocs. And then let's go to our search.class.php and let's require this configuration PHP file here in the first line. And to require it, we need to write something like this. So we have require once function, and then we have a real path, and then we have dir name, file, and then here we write the file. Now we have those 2 points here. That's because we need to go back as a folder back. Right now this search.class.php file is in classes folder, so we should move from here a step back, and that's where we find our config.php file. That's why we need these 2 slashes and these 2 points here. Let's write here the function. So we will have 3 functions right now. I'm gonna paste it right now here. 3 functions, PHP functions. The first function is the stop words. This function returns a list of stop words which will be removed from the sentence. Why do we remove them? Because if there is somebody who writes in that field how to build a login form. Now how is almost everywhere. How, you see here, is a stop word. We will remove it. To is a stop word as well. It's right here. Build, I use it as a stop word, so I remove it. I removed it too, because look, a login form. Now this A letter, A character, it's almost everywhere, almost in each word. And so if we don't use the stop words, our spider is gonna throw a bunch of information, a bunch of blog posts which are not related to the topic that user is looking for. That's why we use this stop word. So we will get just the keywords, and we will use those keywords to search in the database. Now below this function we have the filter function. This filter function filters the sentence. First of all, it takes the sentence, you see there's the text as a parameter, and it checks if this sentence has more than 5 characters. Then we filter it using the trim function. This trim function removes the spaces before and after the sentence. Now it doesn't also allow strip slashes, it doesn't allow slashes, and also it's gonna codificate the HTML tags if there is any tag. Like, I'm not the whole tag, but just the characters. And then we assign all this filtered sentence to the text. But otherwise we assign to the text null, because if this text has less than 5 characters, if this sentence has less than 5 characters, then there is no reason to use it. Like you can't really write there so much about what you are looking for. The user needs to be more explicit, or needs to give more details or more keywords, so we can use them to provide more or a better search. And after that we just return the text. Now this next function is full title sentence. This is the first leg of that spider. This is the first level of searching. So this function takes the text, takes the sentence after it went through all those filters. It doesn't go. It doesn't use the stop words. When we get the full sentence, we don't use the stop words. We use the stop words only when we break this sentence, when we take word by word. In the future, in the next function, we will use it. Now this full title sentence takes the sentence, gets the connection to the database. You see we assign the object, the connect object from that config.php file from here. And then we have a query here, so we select, we prepare a query. We select the ID from the posts table where the title is like, we use the like clause, and we check. We want to select the IDs which has in the title the sentence the user typed in that field. You see here, we get the sentence and we use it in this query, and after that we just execute it here, you can see. And then we check if this posts variable, if this query has or found any post, then we have an I variable here, which is the step. Using this variable we can walk through an array, and you know that an array has many rows, and each row starts, or every array starts from 0 till how long is that array. So if we want, this is the position, or is the row number. So this array has 10 rows. It starts from 0 to 10. It doesn't start from 1. That's why we choose the first position is 0, and then we assign all the IDs we found in the database to this full title sentence array, and we assign the ID as you see here. Now we increment, we change the position in case there are many posts or many IDs, and that's how we assign all those IDs to the full title sentence. Otherwise, if it didn't find anything in the database, we just assign null to the full title sentence, and then we just return it. So this is basically the first level of search into the database using that sentence. Now in the next video we will build the second one. We will talk about the second leg of this spider's leg, or we call it the second level. And yeah, see you in the next video.